Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. The Body Beat down here, Michael. Monday morning, February 13th, exactly 8:30 a.m. Well, I've been looking back at a couple of my videos from many moons ago and comparing kind of to what I did yesterday, outside of the accident that happened. Now, to my recollection, to my knowledge, I've always said that I've benched 375 at least, and that I had it on record. And I think I've done 380 before, but I never had it on record. Having said that, I've looked back, and the only two videos I can find from years gone by of me benching 370 anything, is only 370 pounds. So I can't really sit here and say that I've done 375 or 380, except now. I have it on record. I did it yesterday. Technically, I did 380, but we had a little mishap with a spotter, and things went really, really bad. If you're interested in seeing that, go check out my video from yesterday on 2/12, February 12th. It was not a great thing to happen. Sometimes there's a lack of communication and kind of a lapse in judgment, and so things happen. Unfortunately, it did. But we're going to take a look here at two old videos. This one here is from 6/4/2010, and this one here I don't have a date on it. But it's going to be between 2007 and 2010, so it's probably going to be closer to 2010. I wouldn't doubt. But anyway, I don't have a date on this, and I do on the original one, but I can't find the original copy of it. It's on a disc somewhere, and I don't have a CD drive on my new computer, and that most of them don't anymore. So let's look at this one, and it's really bad quality. But it is what it is. That's my youngest kid. That's my oldest kid. And that's 370 pounds. That was my old rack that I had. God, you can't even see it. It's probably because it's been downloaded and whatever, and re-uploaded, and it's got cruddy quality. The original one, I'm sure, looks a lot better. But that was a good rack right there. It was considered a budget rack, but it's still a great rack. Had a high and low pulley, pull-up bar, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm benching on the outside because that's where I was. So anyway, that's 370 here. You can see it went fairly smoothly. Of course, my youngest son touched the bar there. But you can see how young they are, and I probably did not say do not touch the bar, even though I should have. And this one here is from, same time area, same time frame. I'm trying to show all the weights that are in there. I had like some 2.5s or something in between there. I think that's what I'm saying. That's my wife and my oldest kid. So the first video I showed you was probably a year maybe or so before, because he looks a little bigger there. And this here's 370 as well. What a young, good-looking stud. Young, good-looking stud. See, I've never had a great body. Once I started working out, it just kind of blew up and kind of did what it did. When I was younger, I had a, more thinner in my early 20s, and then I started just putting on weight once I started working out. Of course, I was eating a lot and doing whatever I wanted, and weight gainers and weight gainers and weight gainers. Now, I'm not doing it multiple reps. I'm starting it over. You can see, moved pretty well there. I think I struggled more there than I did on that earlier one. So that's 370. Man, I wish I still had all my stuff, but I got rid of everything. We got rid of our house and we moved to another house for about a year, and then we moved to Las Vegas for a couple of years. So that was then. That's 2010. This is yesterday. Let's go. Wait, let me go ahead and start here. So that's yesterday. And I almost felt like I could have done 2 reps, no joke. And that's what that's what my oldest son says right there. I thought you were going to go for another one. So that's 375. So technically, I beat my old PR if I'm going to go by what proof I have. I mean, I could have sworn I've done 375 before. I could have sworn I did 380 before. But sometimes we remember things differently. But I can say for a fact now, I've done 375. So technically, this lift, if I'm going by proof, is I beat my PR by 5 pounds. And technically, I laid back down after putting 2.5s on the end and did 380. But there was a slight mishap on that, guys. A slight mishap. Let's take a look at the mishap. And it's unfortunate. You're about to see why it's important to discuss the act of spotting with the person you have spotting you. With the person you have spotting. You live, you learn. Notice how I come down nice and pretty. Boom. I'm about to lock out. And for some reason my son touched the bar and things went crazy. See? I mean, I had it. I was ready to lock out and set the bar back down. How you like my leg? We actually watched this back several times and kind of laughed. He was crying over it. It's like he said I was going to do a Jean-Claude Van Damme kick. Whoop! I don't wish that on anybody. Now, I'm not hurt. Nothing got ripped and torn and pulled and sore. I thought maybe I'd wake up a little sore today, but I'm okay. Everything's fine. But it was I was more worried about my Titan leg press over there because them 45s went, popped right over there on that thing. Oh my God. I about wanted to cry. So let's look at, because I did that right after doing the 375. After he said, man, you could have done another one of that. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, wait, should I do it again? You want me? Yeah, do it again. Wait, I'll put more weight on. So I put 2.5s on there, which made it 380. Then, right after that failed lift right there, success, but failed lift, I said, let's put them back on. I'm going to put the weights back on. So as you can see, we put the weights back on. I thought, what the heck, I'm wound up right now. Let's go ahead and go for it. For another set, let's see if I can get it, the 380. You can see the 2.5s there. I actually felt okay, but having all that and struggling with that the first couple of times there, it just wore me out. And this is where I tell him, take your time, take a plate. Go on the other side, take a couple of plates. Go on this side, take a couple of plates. That's how you do it whenever you only got one spotter and you can't really get behind. And not only that, he has a bad back like I do, and I didn't really want to have him having to bend over me like that and try to lift the bar up if he would have had to. So I kind of wanted I was kind of doing that for him as well, to save his back. So as you can see, that technique works when executed properly. That's okay to do when executed properly. So, but I was worn out there, and I didn't know if I would get it. I kind of felt okay, But at the same time, I knew that things were kind of not exactly, in my favor at that point. After doing 375 and then doing 380 and then him going bloop, touching the bar and everything blowing apart and then having to re-rack all the stuff and try it again. I knew I wasn't real sure. So anyway, anyway, I just kind of wanted to look back on that with everybody, kind of touch base, and technically, if I had to have proof to show people, technically I've got a new PR of 375, and technically it should be 380. So I should have broke my PR twice yesterday, technically. And anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to the Body Beatdown. Get up, get out, get rad, do it to it. And be safe when you work out, okay? Be safe. Don't do anything crazy like me. Leave that up to me. Let me do the crazy stuff. We'll see y'all later.
Get up, get out, get rad, and do it to it!